Has no patience, look at his face and in his eyes. He's been waiting, he's been way bound to the die. Always taking chances, all those conversations. Don't know if I'll make it, don't know why he even tries. Say, oh, I am a believer. Oh, don't know how I'll be if I'm not free to take a lead. Oh, I am a believer. Oh, ground beneath my feet, but I don't flee cause I believe. I'll stay down to the ground. Stay down to the ground. Stay down to the ground, 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 ground. Stay down to the dancing, oh dancing, oh dancing, they all day, oh dancing, all day, oh dancing, oh dancing, oh dancing, they all day, oh dancing. Stay down to the dancing, 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 they all dancing, all dancing, dancing, they all stay down to the ground. Say, oh, I am a believer. Oh, don't know how I'll be if I'm not free to take a lead. Oh, I am a believer. Oh, ground beneath my feet, but I don't flee cause I believe. I'll stay down to the ground. Stay down to the ground.
Hello, I'm Wimpy, welcome to my world. Thank you to everyone in the chat for joining me again for one of these live streams. Change of pace, I've been messing around with virtualization in the last couple. That's just about feature complete now. I'm happy with where that is. Now it's time to press on again with Ubuntu MATE. For those of you stopping by here, don't know who the heck I am. Ubuntu MATE is a Linux distribution that I co-founded with a friend of mine, and I continue to lead that project today. So before we go any further, let's get all the YouTube cliches out of the way. Can you smash that like button? Can you ring the bell, select all? That's the thing you need to do, and subscribe. Most of you that are watching this haven't subscribed. Please subscribe. We're trying to get to 2,000 subs to unlock the community tab so that we can do a bit more discussion and what have you in between these live streams. And good news, I found some time this evening to fix the lights. I've actually dug out some old camera lights, one there, one over here, and hopefully they're not going to flash and blink. So that's progress at least. Let's see if we can do one of these and not screw it up. But let's see how we go. Right then. What am I going to do? I just don't know, really. Let's... I've already screwed it up. Look at that. I've gone and used the wrong overlay. I can't get down here now. Hello, over here. No one saw that. It's fine. It's fine. Right then. This is Ubuntu MATE, or the Ubuntu MATE website. I don't know precisely what I'm going to work on this evening. I know exactly one thing I'm definitely going to do. And I'll get to that in just a moment. So somebody is asking in the chat here. Valith is asking why Ubuntu MATE. Why Ubuntu MATE? Because it's green and wonderful, probably. It's my passion project. It's what I work on in my spare time. And Yannick has a general question before we begin. Where would be the best place to discuss QuickEmu with you and other people? Well, if you've got QuickEmu, let's load that up in the browser, seeing as though we have one here, because we can don't just have to talk, we can show too. I should probably put a GitHub thing in my big list of things. So QuickEmu is here. This is what I've been working on and off the last, I don't know, 4 to 5 days, something like that. It's a nice way to manage, in air quotes, virtual machines. And if you've got bugs, then here on GitHub in the issue tracker, As for other discussion, that's why I want that community tab, Yannick. That would be a good place to discuss things that have been going on the channel. I'm trying to resist creating yet another Telegram group or yet another Discord channel. I'm in thousands of those already. And I'd like to try and keep this stuff like in its own place, and in its own place is currently YouTube. So if we can get that community tab enabled, that'd be a good place to sort of keep all of this stuff all together. Hopefully that answers your question. Anyway, good news, QuickMU has now got USB pass-through support, which I successfully used today, which was fantastic. Sorry, Henrik, for blowing your ears out. Yeah, I've got that music down too low. Let me know if the music bed is too quiet or if it should be a little bit more punchy. Right, and Bill or Frank is in the chat as well. He's our lead QA guy for Ubuntu MATE. Oh, did I do that NVIDIA settings thing? This is a good question. Probably not. I probably didn't do that. Let's do... Whoop. Let's not click there. Let's do that. There we go. I just did it. There we go, and everyone got to see it. I'll even make the fonts nice and big. So there you go. That's what I just did. This is the thing you have to do to stop NVIDIA cards freaking out when you're screen capturing. Thank you for the reminder, Bill. It's good that somebody's on the ball this evening, because it's not me. Right. Okay. Does COVID-19 count as a bug? No, it's a virus, I think, is what we've agreed on that one. Yannick, yes, thank you. Yes, retweets and reshares of the announcements for these videos would certainly be helpful in getting that 2000, Magic 2000, and therefore the community tab. Hello, Diddle Dan. So Daniel Llewellyn is in the chat as well. He's an Ubuntu and Snapcraft contributor. Snapcraft, I'm wearing the... got the branding on and everything. I think I was the last person to get a Snapcraft t-shirt, which is crazy, but there you go. Okay then, bed is quiet and your audio is a bit loud, Martin. Okay, I can turn my audio down a little bit. Is that too much down, or is that the right amount down? Let me know in the chat room. And I will start loading up the first thing I definitely know we're going to look at this evening. So this is where the Ubuntu MATE releases end up. Oh, sorry, the Ubuntu. Let's start again. This is where the MATE desktop releases end up. And in here, we should find, if I don't do that, there's a 1.24.1 of backgrounds, which I know have already been uploaded. And if I scroll down, Power Manager. So that was the first thing I was going to do, was update the MATE Power Manager to the latest version in Ubuntu MATE. And Paul M in the chat says he started using the fish shell on my recommendation. Oh crikey, and so far you like it. Woohoo! Excellent. Right then, what are we going to use here to do all of this? We'll start with bringing in VS Code. So let's switch this over, because I think we'll be mostly over here today. And let's bring Git Kraken down whilst we're at it. Oh, yeah, this doesn't resize for some reason. It's most peculiar. So let's sort of do it by eye. That'll about do, won't it? Right then, hopefully you can see all of that. Right then, for the moment, we'll make that nice and big. So let's have a look, see if there's anything else. Henrik agrees. Fish is frigging awesome, he says. And we've got MX Fangirl Rose. Hello, I don't think we've seen you here before. Welcome to the chat and the stream. I like the audio up a little bit more. Okay, right then. We'll just nudge that back sort of roughly where it was. Hopefully that's loud enough. Do keep me know. All the way to the right to here. Okay, is my volume too low? Is that what we're saying? We're saying that my volume needs to be more volume. Let's get the audio right at the beginning. And also, has it always been too low? I think what I've done, I don't know, 4 or 5 of these. Is that sounds like it was better? Okay, which of the Ubuntu themes no asks which of the Ubuntu themes, please. I'm not sure what that's regarding. So let's go to where we do development for packaging for Mate desktop, which is all done in Debian. Daniel Llewellyn says, I'm in the middle now with reasonable voice. The music is too quiet to hear it though. Okay, we can fix that. Let's try and bump up the audio bed. Goodness. How exciting. That's doing crazy stuff. Audio. Okay, let's bring you up. Let's do that. Let's try that much. Let me know how you go. Right then. Okay, so I do all the Mate packaging work in Debian. Silky voice. I hope so. I can only hope. So we need to go and look at... God knows where I just typed that. Let's go in the right screen. There we go. So Mate Power Manager is the package that I'm interested in. And I think that should be pretty clean. So that is from an upload I did to Ubuntu, which I know I've since synced. So I'll just stash that because I don't need that change. And now I'll pull any changes from upstream Debian, because you never know. Somebody may have done this. Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay, so if I just head that package, I can see it is 124.0.2. Okay, so the guy I do some work with in Debian, Mike Gabriel, has landed a patch here to fix the only showing categories. Let's just go and look at that patch because I haven't looked at that before. What needed to change? Drop the categories. Okay, curious. Right then, so we know that we've got a new package upstream. So we'll bump the version number to 1.24, and this is Fish automatically filling in. It knows what I want to do. It has read my mind. That's why Fish is wonderful. So we'll bring that up and then open up the changelog file, and that's already written in my change for me. So I should be able to just pull down that upstream tarball, which will repackage it as an original tarball for Debian. Whilst that's downloading, I'll just have a little look in the things. People seem to think that the audio sounds fine. That's good. Oh, hello, John. I haven't seen you around for a while. Yannick has recorded a video, apparently, and he messed up the audio. I'm not sure what that's about. And the Farron OS developer is here. Hello, Farron. How are you doing? And Neil McLaren. I can just hear it now. The bed, I mean. Yeah, keep prompting me about these music and stuff. I need, you know, that would an idea I had to lob some music in, but if it's too quiet or too loud, then that's no good. But let me know if it's if it needs bumping up a bit, then we can do that. Right, so we've downloaded that tarball. So now what we can do is actually do an initial source package build. So we'll do that. So that has completed. It didn't sign it because I've marked it as unreleased. But that tells me that the patches that we've got, that we're applying, still apply cleanly. So there's no issues there. And now we'll do a big old Lintian check to see if there are any packaging issues that I need to take a look at. There shouldn't be any, but let's make this window a bit bigger because we're going to be here. Excuse me. Apparently my audio is fine now. Alright, let's hope so. Yannick says, fish is a nice shell. He's also awesome music. So, goodness me. That's an 80s reference if ever I saw one. LQ says the sound is perfect. Okay, I shall remember these settings. I'm making a mental note of where I've got my mixer set. And 25% is apparently where the audio needs to be. And Silent Robot says, good evening. Hello. Right, let's have a look. What did this show up? Anything that I don't already know about? So Lintian is a way to check the sort of validity policy conformance of Debian packages. Ah, here's interesting. So we've actually got some files here in that are file without copyright information. Oh, these are always a chore. You're going to see the pain of maintaining Debian packages now. And another file without copyright information. I would say the vast majority of the time I spend maintaining packages in Debian is in this file, which is to make sure the copyright attributions for every file that is part of the package is correctly attributed. And if you're interested, if you go to user shared doc, name of a source package, in every one of those directories you will find a file called copyright, and it is this. You can go and see what licenses the software conforms to for all the software you have installed. So I had some output up the top here. Oops, gone too far. That was the first one. That's easy enough. In fact, that shouldn't even be there. That needs mopping up. But that is probably suitable for down here. Here. Data. That one there. And it looks like that one. Go in there. And then an update authors. Okay, so that's just a script. So we'll save those changes. We'll rebuild the source package. Run Lintian again, and we should, other than the build YAML, we should be all good. So let's have a look here. Yannick says 80s is the best period for music. I'm more of a 70s. Yeah, so Silent Robot and I are of the same opinion. 1970s for sure. Yeah. MX Fangirl Rose says no, it's the 90s. Yes, everyone pick your favourite decade now. Right then, let's have a look. Let's have a look. This is all good. That's fine. That's fine. Patch file present but not... Oh, that's also fine. So that's a curious one. So there was a change in Debian packaging policy recently, which meant you couldn't carry Ubuntu specific patches in the regular series file. But because I want to do all of my development in Debian, I've come to an agreement with the guy that I work with where we're doing this instead. So we have a couple of things like this, little macros in the build rules that basically say if this is being built on Ubuntu, then do something different. And there's two things. One is to turn off part of the UI in the Power Manager, and that's because the way I configure Ubuntu MATE is different from the way it's done in Debian. We use indicators, and we don't need one of the UI features in the Power Manager because it's in the indicators instead. And then here is the one patch that we're carrying, which soon we shouldn't need to carry because Debian will soon align with that, so it'll all be fine. Anyway, so I've got my my package here. I know it builds, so that's the only change I needed to make. So let's I'll commit the changelog first, and I have a very prescribed way of doing this because what we do is I've agreed a very particular commit message format, syntax if you like, with the other maintainers. So when this goes into Debian, they will use a tool which will automatically extract the Git messages to populate the changelog. So I'm going to... Oh, let's just try that again, shall we, Martin? Right. What? Did not. No. What have I done here? Goodness. Okay. Talking too much and not thinking about what I'm doing. I do apologise. So that's the first simple commit change I need to make, and then we need to add the copyright file, and then commit that, which also has a very specific syntax, which will be that. I will then do that, which will now, you can see this is pulling in those changes and auto-populating. So now it's automatically added this one here, and then the correct way to do that is just like so. So that is all good. I'm going to push my changes up because I know the package is fine. Let's just take a quick look in chat. Where are we? Goodness, I've missed a load of stuff. Okay. Oh gosh, thank you everyone for coming. This is a pleasant surprise. Hello. Just installed Mate on my Pi 4. That's Marcus in the chat is talking about that. Did you figure that out for yourself, or did you follow that video from ETA Prime that was published recently? I was thinking of doing a live stream myself, like installing Ubuntu Mate on a Pi 4. You know, I had been maintaining images of Ubuntu Mate for the Raspberry Pis, but seems a little bit redundant now, now that Ubuntu's got first class Pi support for the 2, 3 and 4. I think that maybe all we need is a nifty shell script. Maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe do a live stream, create a shell script to take the pre-install Ubuntu image and throw Ubuntu Mate over the top. Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, we'll do that. That sounds like a fun project. Who thinks that's a good idea? More discussion about which decade of music was the best. It was definitely the 70s. We can just stop talking about that here. And Carly Likes Linux says, Mate is so smooth on the Pi. Thank you. I'm glad that's working for you. So Ferren says he's testing a Ubiquity DM code fork. Okay, is this why are you doing that? I'm curious. That Ubiquity is the installer for Ubuntu at the moment. Yannick is asking, does Ubuntu Mate support accelerated video on the Pi 4? I don't know. I haven't tried. But maybe I'll do a live stream on that and we can all learn together. Patrick McAfee says it's the 80s. Okay, enough with the... which decade was the best? It was the 1970s. Everyone's weighing in on that discussion. Haven't tried accelerated video yet, Marcus says. Now, I'd be interested to know. It required some considerable patching just to get bits of it working, like VLC and FFmpeg. And I tried to patch Chromium, but that was just too complicated. Well, I got it mostly there, but it was taking... I think my compile failures were coming in at around the 14-hour mark, and I just lost interest trying to do it. The iteration time was just too slow. Right, okay. I think I'm all caught up. Okay. So what we're going to do now is take this package and upload it to Ubuntu. And I will change the suffix on the package so that I'm marking the fact that it is appearing in Ubuntu for the first time. And you might be wondering why I'm doing that. The reason I'm doing that is the Debian... so most people understand that Ubuntu sort of is a downstream of Debian. There's lots of packages in Debian that automatically synchronize into Ubuntu. So the source packages sync into Ubuntu and then they get rebuilt and recompiled. And then they go into the Ubuntu archive. For most of the development cycle, that happens automatically. But there comes a point as we approach release where we turn that automatic syncing off. So at the moment, if a new package lands in Debian, it won't automatically come into Ubuntu. So I need to upload this one to Ubuntu myself. So we're going to just cheat a little bit first, though. Not cheat, a bit of quality control. We're going to rebuild that package because I've added the Ubuntu version number on it, and it will now get signed with my GPG signing key. And I'm going to upload this to my PPA. And for there's at least one member of the Ubuntu Mate QA team in the chat. They will now be salivating because they know new packages are landing in their QA PPA, so they can now excitedly go and, well, in about 20 minutes or so, excitedly update and test out the new package. And I always do this just to make sure that there's nothing that prevents this from building from source. So that'll upload to the PPA. Let's go and bring that up now. This one here. So Launchpad as me. And if we look at new packages by series, we're only interested in stuff for Focal. And if I go down this list here, in fact, let's do this, we can see, looks like I haven't uploaded the new backgrounds package either. So that needs doing too. So we'll do that in just a moment. And hopefully well, I haven't seen the other one turn up in there yet, but we'll just keep that to one side and hope that that turns up. I did put the right release on it, didn't I? Yes. Okay, we'll assume that's fine. But they will also go to the backgrounds package as well, because it looks like I was preparing an upload some time ago, about a month ago, and didn't actually upload it. So what have we got here? Oops. Yeah, there it is. Right, so no. Right. Oh. Did I have to make any other changes? Doesn't look like it. I will just actually, whilst we're here, let's check something. So, Salsa is where Git is the Git for Debian. So, my groups. Three weeks ago. Looks like Mike may have... Yeah. There we go. Look, I don't need to upload it. Mike has already done it. So, this is Mike Gabriel, who is the Debian developer who I collaborate with on this stuff. So, actually, I'm going to stash that because I don't need it. And we'll just git pull because I can see what his changes were. I mean, I could see here, but let's pull them down locally. And there it is. It was just a bump on the release. So this time I don't need to... I trust Mike. In fact, I'll just check and make sure that it hasn't made its way into Focal. I don't... Oops, that's the wrong package name. Let's see if that's come back whilst we're waiting for that. Let's go and have a look. So Ferren says he's planning on changing the Ferren OS OEM config environment to a simple X session. Okay. Yeah, Ubiquity DM. Oh, I see. I understand. So you're using Ubiquity DM to make your own sort of primitive display manager, not as an installer, but actually using it as a display manager. Yannick says that, gosh, she'd forgotten how tedious it was to making a deb package. Yannick, are you skilled at making deb packages? Ubuntu MATE project is in desperate need of people that know how to maintain deb packages. Desperate need. Desperate need. Anyone who knows how to maintain deb packages, apply within. Oh dear, Carly likes Linux. Sounds like they've broken their laptop. That's unfortunate. Oh, Diddle Dan's still banging on about that ridiculous thing. I never understood it. Ferren, yes, good starting point. Yeah, I understand. Ah, right. So Yannick says that he had made some deb packages in the past, but he gave up and he now makes snaps instead. Much easier, for sure. Somewhere here, yeah. And Jonathan Madden, hello, welcome to the stream. He says, is this something that can be learned on the fly? This is this you're referring to, creating deb packages. That would be my question. So that's finished. So this R Madison tells you, you give it a package name and it will tell you the version of that package that's in all of the supported releases. So I can see that we don't yet have the 0.1 release of MATE backgrounds. So what we'll do is we'll simply sync package. That's what we'll do. So sync package is a way for me to manually invoke that source package synchronization process that I talked about earlier. So as an Ubuntu developer, I have what's called a PPU, per package upload set, which means that I can't upload arbitrarily any package into the archive, but there are a group of packages that I am authorized to maintain. And by and large, it's mostly the Mate desktop and Ubuntu Mate related stuff, although I am applying to have access to all of Universe, so I can help maintain the health of the Universe archive. But this is one of the packages that I can upload, so as a result I can say I know there's a good version of this in the unstable repository of the Debian archive. Please bring that over to Focal Proposed, and the force is to say and stamp on any changes in the packaging that may exist in Ubuntu. And the reason that I'm using that is because I only ever upload these packages to Ubuntu when I know they've already been sent to Debian and they're going to have all the same changes in them. So I will gladly accept whatever the Debian upstream packages are over the top of my own, because they're always like temporary uploads. So there we go. Yes, sync this package. Yes, please. And that has been submitted. So let's go and have a look. First of all, in my PPA, see if that package has turned up that I uploaded. I really hope it did. So the first thing you can see is Mate Backgrounds says newer version available. So that has already picked up the fact that I've requested that synchronization from Debian. So, gosh, there's a story in this page, I can tell. We can see here that a builder has been allocated to this. Here's the change. And if we open this up here, we'll actually see the builder running. So here it is, actually building that package in Launchpad. So that's on its way. And if you've ever wondered, there's quite a significant build farm in Launchpad. And just to prove it, you can go to launchpad.net/builders. You can go there, and there you go, there they all are. So there's 228 builders registered, and somebody asked, I was making jokes about compiling FFmpeg for mainframes, and somebody said surely Launchpad doesn't have mainframes in it. Well, yes it does. Here's our mainframes there, and it's got 20 builders available, and it's done 302 build jobs in the last 6 hours. Right, let's have a look. Where are we? So Jonathan says yes, he was wondering if maintaining deb packages for Mate is something that can be learned on the fly. I understand the basics, but I've never had to interact with any of the deps. Right, so one of the reasons I'm doing these live streams is to kind of show what's involved, because there's different levels of maintaining packages, right? This stuff here that I'm doing now, I'm pretty sure now you've seen that, you'd think, yeah, if there was a package that needed updating, I just need to rev the version. That's quite straightforward. So one of the reasons I'm doing this is to kind of show it's really not that hard. Maybe people want to level up to the next level of contributing to a distro, or maybe start contributing. So that's one of the reasons why I'm doing these live streams, and Alan Pope's doing a similar but different set on his channel. Learning the depths of Debian packaging, I'll be honest, it's not easy. I've been doing it for 6-7 years. Well, actually longer than that. Probably 9 years was the first time I started tinkering with debs. I know just enough to be dangerous now. I don't consider myself expert in Debian packaging. There's a lot of subtlety that's difficult to master. Right, okay. We've got some hello Monica. Oh, hello Monica. We've got Dan. Let's see. Daniel Llewellyn asks. Right. Okay. I'm just scanning through the chat. If you feel I've missed anything, then I'll get to it. Right, Jonathan, you're welcome. So. there's the builders building, and the other thing that we'll be building, of course. I have quite an exotic OBS setup to do this, and I keep leaving my mouse in a... This screen you're looking at is entirely virtual. It doesn't exist. It only exists in my OBS. So I have to do crazy things. I have to come into my OBS thing. There's some interesting projects to do loopback video devices, which is what I'm using to do all of this. Right, I don't think we need that open anymore. And that one will build, I'm sure. In fact, it may already have built. No, did that refresh? It did. I wonder how far along it got. Oh, it's well into the build there. It's doing translations. That's a fairly safe package. But what's interesting is this. Here's an interesting story. All of the Mate desktop packages in Ubuntu are owned by this guy Ole Hasselbalch, and the reason that they're all owned by him is for some reason he's put his email address in Launchpad as the mailing address for Mate desktop developers. So by doing that, he now owns all of these packages. He is a 90-something-year-old gentleman in Denmark, previously German, now living in Denmark. And he doesn't speak a lot of English, and I've tried to politely email him a few times and ask that he removes that email address from his account. And even he left enough information about himself, I was able to track him down. And I phoned him one day and had a very pleasant telephone conversation with him where he told me how much he loves Ubuntu, but unfortunately I couldn't get my point across about could he please remove the email address he's got associated in his Launchpad account. So there he is, Ole Hasselbalch, the unintended contributor to Ubuntu Mate. Owns every package in the archive for Mate desktop. It's brilliant. Right then, let's have a look. If we just take a look at this one. Okay, so that's built on AMD 64. The ARM builders obviously take a little bit longer to complete. You can imagine why. So I'm feeling pretty confident about that. That's built to completion. Here we go. I'm not going to look at the build log. There's no need. But that built in my PPA. And I'm feeling like that's going to be a huge success. So let's bring back Visual Studio Code. Go to the Mate Power Manager. We're done with backgrounds. We'll remove this tilde is a suffix I use on all my PPA uploads, so that they get it forces them to have a lower version than the archive. So the QA team, when they use the PPA, they get these slightly lower version packages, and then when they transition into the archive, they automatically get upgraded to the good stuff. So we'll rebuild that package, and this time, instead of uploading to a PPA, we will stick it into the archive directly. And there it goes. So that's that done. Let's just have a little look in chat. I do like this. It doesn't feel... This is great for me. It doesn't feel quite so isolating, which I imagine a number of people... It's a bit of a pun at the moment, I suppose. But a number of people, you know, are feeling at the moment. But this is, you know, my typical, you know, arrangement. So it's quite nice to have a little bit of distraction and conversation. Okay, so... Carly Likes Linux says, what desktop would you love to see a flavour of Ubuntu be made of? One that doesn't already exist. Well, there is a few answers to that question. So there are a couple of remixes that are being bootstrapped at the moment So Ubuntu Cinnamon Remix is in the works, and that's getting very close. I think they're tracking the development cycle. They're going to have a remix release for 2004, and then I think following 2004 they're looking to get in as an official flavour, so that will be excellent. Then we've got Regolith, which again is an unofficial sort of derivative, and I did offer to help with that, and then I got very busy, and I'm overdue getting back to the lead developer of Regolith to help them. The Ubuntu Unity remix is still being worked on, so one day I hope that that will make a reappearance, because that was very popular with a number of people. I think it would be good to have, and the reason I like Regolith is I feel like we don't, there isn't an obvious tiling window manager option in the lineup of flavours, so Regolith, could be that. And then the one I would like to see is I would like to see Ubuntu Lyri. I would like to see somebody do the Lyri desktop environment. And who's heard of the Lyri desktop environment in here? Who knows what I'm talking about? Let me know. Answers on a postcard or carrier pigeon. Right. Oops. Let's... So, we're good here. Right. I need to go and find something else to work on, I think. That'll take care of itself. Let's have a little look, catch up in the chat. So... Bill had to make a version of QuickEmu to let non-3D video work. Oh, does that need to be an option, Bill, to turn off OpenGL and stuff like that in QuickEmu? And then somebody's commenting that Launchpad has its own build system. No, it's its own. It's derived from the same build system that Debian have. It's based on BuildD. No, Jonathan, I really don't think Ole is a top-tier troll. I really think he's a lovely old man. And Bill was commenting that I'd said that USB pass-through is now working. Yeah, it does work. So in QuickEmu, I pass through a couple of webcams from my Ubuntu host to an Ubuntu MATE guest, and... I'm sorry, I'm going to talk about Windows briefly. The reason I did that is I've got a mirrorless camera, and the update tools are only available for Mac and Windows, and my Mac is indisposed at the moment. I have a Mac as well, only for testing, honest. And so I passed through the USB for the internal mirrorless camera so I could update the firmware and also access some advanced settings that I just can't get at any other way. And that worked great, so I was quite pleased with that. Jonathan said he'd never known these chats existed. They're brand new. I think I've been doing them a week, or maybe a little bit longer, but it's brand new. The idea being I'm going to be here doing stuff anyway, so I may as well share what I'm doing, so hopefully other people can pick up on things and learn as well. Or, as happened the last couple, I had a couple of pull requests filed against the project that I was working on whilst I was working on that fixed two problems I would have never encountered myself. So the idea is that I get to learn some new stuff along the way as well. Okay, so yes, it's Lyri is this. This is the website. I assume it's going to be HTTPS. Let's assume that's fine. That's the website there, lyri.io. I think it looks quite interesting. Yannick says I don't have the slightest idea how to make a... Oh, yes, Lumina. Yes, Kali Linux. Yes, Lumina. There is somebody working on an Ubuntu Lumina remix. I did see that on Twitter recently. So that could be official, maybe someday. Somebody's certainly interested in working on it by the looks of it, though. Okay, what have we got here? So Carly says... Carly Likes Linux says, I actually have 2 flavour projects I want to bring to fruition. Oh, it's you that's working on Lumina. Hello. That's fantastic. That's brilliant. How's it going? How are you getting on with it? I saw you on Twitter. I followed you on Twitter when I saw that it was a thing. I'd totally love to see that. That's the desktop. I've only seen Lumina in one of the BSDs. Probably not FreeBSD. Is it True? True. Is it True OS? What do they call it these days? True BSD? True OS? I can't remember. One of those. It was a long time ago, though. I imagine it's improved significantly since then. Well, lovely to have you here, and thank you for working on that. So, and you said there was another one. So you have 2. Pantheon. Okay. Yes, Pantheon being the desktop environment that's used in Elementary. I think Lumina is the more interesting project because obviously Elementary is well established. There's not really a big need for bringing Pantheon as an official flavour, but Lumina, that's distinctive. I think there's some value in that one. So if you're going to pick one of the 2, I'd go with that one. I'd certainly love to give it a try. Ping me on Twitter if you've got ISOs to test or something. I'd love to give it a go. So Daniel asks, I filed a PR against a project for you to review during this stream, but it's not Ubuntu MATE related. It's the template repo. Right. The template repo for Wine Sommelier, which is a launcher I wrote ages ago to embed wine in snaps. Okay, Dan, I'll look at that at some point. Yes, Jonathan has caught up and said that Lyri uses the material design. Yeah, it does, and that's one of the reasons I find it interesting. Kylie Likes Linux says, slowly but surely in the works. Biggest issue is my RAM. So is it your RAM for testing the desktop distro or for building ISO images? Let me know. I've got ideas. Yeah, True OS, I think so. Monica says, it's a very small world, isn't it just? I think the desktop Linux, world is rather small. Yeah, there's small both in terms of developers and, relatively small in the great scheme of things regarding those people that are, what you'd consider enthusiasts, people that turn up to watch this kind of nonsense. So Carly says that they are, in fact, focusing on Lumina. Good choice. Oh, I see. It's the running the VM. So Carly Likes Linux. If running VMs is the issue, I've got a project for you, my friend. I will shill for my other project, which I've been live streaming about in the last few days. So here it is. It's probably in the thing. There we go. Quick MU. There we go. That is about as accelerated as it gets, and with VMs running on Linux. So give that a go. It's purposely designed for testing ISOs of Linux distros. So give that a go. Let me know how you get on. Right, okay. It's lovely talking to you all, but I should really try and get some stuff done, shouldn't I? Because Bill will be wondering what I'm up to. So I did see a couple of bugs fly by in the Slack channel earlier. So this one is Kaja send to cannot send email with a file. Okay. 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 I understand what that one is. Huh, that's a good one. So Norbert, who's filed this bug, is also a member of the QA team. I'm going to leave that in my browser to come back to. And they also filed this one earlier. And the reason I left this one open is this is an example of a bug that comes through with full traceback and everything in it. And there's the potential for there to be sensitive information in there. Now, I happen to know there isn't. So what I will do is change the status of this bug to public, and then that's visible to everybody. But more importantly, anyone else encountering that bug, it will automatically come in, file that as a duplicate, which was something that I want to see picked up on, because this one I think we're seeing a bit. I wonder if let's just go and have a quick look. No pull requests outstanding, so no, there's been nothing going on there since release. So, oh goodness, let's just check on the chat here. Yes, I'm trying to be super encouraging. I'd love to see Lumina in the flavour lineup. I think that would be ace. And Yannick says, by the way, I've started using Gitkraken. I like it. Pity the Snap doesn't have the removable media interface. Huh, interesting. Well, you could contact them and request that. I need to contact them about something else that I noticed was missing. And Carly says, have you actually seen the logo I made for the project? I have. I don't recall it, but I think it's on the Twitter profile for the project, right? They think, in their unbiased opinion, the logo that they created is excellent, and I'm sure it is. Right. Okay. What can I do next? I know. There are a whole bunch of projects for Ubuntu MATE in GitHub. So what I'm going to do is do a quick round robin and see if any of those have code or updates that I need to merge into a new release. So we don't need to worry about the website. We should probably take a look at that, although this is a snap. MATE tweak. The guide. I'm pretty sure there must be some changes there. That we don't need to do at the moment. Doc applet. That was the website as well. MATE menu. Window applets. That hasn't been released yet. That's the new one. Don't expect any changes there. So I'm just opening up these each in a tab, and then I can take a quick look at them. So Ubuntu MATE artwork. It looks like so Luke, who works on the team, has made some updates. So I actually need to release a new version of this package. So if we go and have a look here, let's see what he's been up to. This was a bit of an embarrassing situation because I'm excellent and because I can't remember the hex value for Ubuntu MATE Green. I've been using two different versions, and Luke spotted this, and he's going round the places making sure the one version of the colour is used in all the places. So here is Luke sparing my blushes, although here I am airing it all out in public. So yeah, this is my bad, and Luke is making good on it. So let's just look. What was this one? This is in icons as well. Oh my gosh. gosh, what a big fat mess I made. I've clearly told other people the wrong colour because those icons... oh, nice one. Nice one, Luke. Well spotted. Look at that. That is a one character patch, but boy, is that significant. And he spotted that in several places. Well done, Luke. Gosh, that's brilliant. Okay, and okay, what's this here? Nice one. Right then, so we'll take all of that. That's all great stuff. So let's bring up a code editor. Gosh, I've got too many tabs. Things are flying by, so let's have a little look. Oh goodness. Where did we get to? The logo, we talked about the logo. Gitkraken is good. Yeah, Gitkraken is fab. I shall probably be... In fact, I'll use that. Let's use Gitkraken for this. I'm going to use it in a way that I haven't used before. And Bill says Mate Session Manager. Why is Bill telling me? Bill, are you telling me there's a new release I need to do something with, or there's definitely a patch or something? If you can... in fact, I'll tell you what we'll do. Where is Bill? Bill. Can I do... there. There we go. You're now a moderator, Bill, because if you want to paste URLs and things, you can now go and do that. So, fixes Deja Dupe Auto Start. Bill, there's a Mate PR that needs to be added. Okay. Let's start there. So Bill is in the QA team, and he's telling me there's a PR in Mate Session Manager that we need to fix a problem in Deja Dupe, which is the backup tool that we ship by default. So let's go and find that pull request in Mate Desktop, and then we'll apply that as a patch to the Debian package. That sounds like a good thing. Bill, is that a good thing? Oh, look at this. He's even posting links for me to make it easy for me. This is like white glove service. Thank you. Copy that. Oop. Oh, okay. That's Google doing that stupid thing. Let's see if I can... This all might disappear. No. I'm going to have to get there manually, Bill, because I've got 4 browsers installed and it'll open this in the wrong browser and all the windows will disappear. Right, Mate Desktop, it's Mate Session Manager, right? So there are 4 pull requests. I'm gonna have to go with it. I'm gonna have to click Bill's link because what is it? 234. This one. So this is the pull request that was filed. So we can have a look at that patch here. Holy cow! Is that it? Okay. Well, that's easy. Right then, so what we'll do is, if you just add the... I've just added on the end. Can you see these? Do I need to make that a bit bigger? But I've just added .patch to the end of that commit. And then you get the patch that you can use in, a distribution or whatever. Or I can go back to the pull request itself. Maybe there was many commits here. And I can just add .patch to the whole pull request as well. Now, I use .patch because it tells me who the author is. Robert is an upstream Mate desktop contributor. But in actual fact, what I will do is I will pull down the diff file when I actually bring that in as a patch to the distribution. And that's because a diff will squash many commits into a single patch. Oh, crikey blimey. There's a lot of text flying by. In fact, John, hello. John, you're on the QA team as well, aren't you? No, Bill is a significant part of the QA team, but he's not the whole QA team. There's about half a dozen people on the Ubuntu MATE QA team. Norbert, who we looked at earlier, and John, who's in the chat here. Every contribution is vital. We're not always available all of the time, so when anyone's able to make the time to do this stuff, it's always welcome. So let's go and do this, seeing as though this is a legit bug. Bill, do you know if there's a launchpad bug for this? And if so, could you paste that in the chat for me? Because then I can... so we'll stash that because I don't need it. We'll pull down anything that's in Debian, and I don't suppose there's any changes. I think these will just be mine. I pushed up last time. Yeah, that's my changes, and then mic releasing. Add. Oh. Okay. Right then. So I'm going to wget this big old file here, which is the patch on GitHub, but we're going to pull down the diff and we'll stick that. Oh, you can't see because I'm in the way. Let's see if we can do that so at least you can see what's going on. So I'm going to pull that patch down and we'll stick that in Debian patches, and this is from upstream, so we'll call that we'll call it 6 for clarity. And then over here, so that's the patch I'm going to give it a name for. We'll pull that down. We'll then edit that patch 6. And I will add the appropriate bits that I want here. Right, save that. So let's just catch up because I can see the chat's whizzing by. Oh goodness, so much typing. There's someone here. Oh, yes, and Monica. Yes, Monica is also on the Ubuntu MATE team working on web stuff and documentation. So it's lovely to see you all here. This is kind of good. Maybe we should try and do one of these where we plan, you know, instead of me just turning up and just like, I'm going to do a thing. Maybe we should, like, you know, coordinate, because you guys are working on stuff all the time. Okay, right, we're all caught up. Right, so there's my patch. So now in order to apply that, we need to add this file name to the patch series. Hello. No, don't overwrite. So if we now look at that, this file dictates if there are patches shipped with the thing, then what order should they be applied in. And I can already see I've made a slight error there, so let's go and fix that very quickly. And Right, okay, so that patch is in. So if I just run a build, a source package build, no such file. Oh, that's okay. Ah. I hadn't got the file name right. Right, there we go. This is why we test this stuff. Right, there we go. So that patch applies cleanly. So we're going to take that and we're going to rev this slightly. So we're going to add, what did we call it? It was this, wasn't it? Right then, Bill, did you find a link for this in Launchpad by any chance? I see you're all having a good old chat there. Right then, so this is going to have a Launchpad bug attributed to it at some point. I wonder if this bug is either. Let's see if we can find it. Come on, let's see if we can. No, it's fine. John's asking if people are too noisy. I'm just trying to keep up. So if anyone's asking a question of me, I can try and answer. Let's guess that it's in MATE Session Manager. So we'll go there in Launchpad, doink, and let's see what bugs we've got. There's Ole again, and there's only a few, but there we go. This is the bug we want. Right then, so we're going to say this is in progress. It is me and it's backups, so I'm going to make a judgment call on that one. So we don't think, anyway. Okay, so that but I've now marked that bug as in progress. So oops, and we've got a bug number. So let's add that number on the end of this message here. Whoop, what have I just done? Not put a closing quote there. Right then. So here is our So the reason I've put this in here is that I can automatically close the LP bug. Bill, I found the LP bug, it's fine. So this will automatically close the bug in Launchpad when this package gets uploaded. So we will actually do this, because this is going into Ubuntu first. Right, so we're going to build that, and that built fine, and we're going to put that in the PPA. So this is where Bill and John can put their pants on the outside of their trousers, English pants, fellas, and test this once it's been built to see if it does in fact fix that problem or not. So that's on its way. I hope that I saw that patch being applied in here. Did we actually see that? No, that's fine. Right, so that's one on the go. Oops. Right. So we've got that on the go. So where were we prior to that? Bill, you're welcome. Thank you for pointing me at that. This is great. This is actually really helpful. So we were back here, weren't we, looking at the artwork package. So we know we want to do something about this. So let's go and do that thing. Whilst that's building, Martin now has to make a mental note in his head, but fortunately there's 24 of you helpful people watching, so you can make sure I don't forget about this. So in a different directory path, we have Ubuntu MATE related stuff. And one of the things we have in here is Ubuntu MATE artwork. And we don't have anything outstanding, so I can just pull in... gosh, look at all the changes. Look at all the changes that he had to make. Good Lord, look at it all. Wow. So we know we're going to do a new version. That's going to be a temporary message, by the way. So, oh, this is good. We'll take all of that, copy. And this is the point at which we now figure out what we're going to call all of this. So, oh. So I'm just taking all of Luke's commit messages here to try and pull apart what this all was together. And somewhere in here, I thought I saw one. Wasn't there one that had a bug closure? There it is. Okay. So it's not add community contributed wallpapers, I don't think. Did Luke type that? Let me just go and look. Did we get more wallpapers? No, he was fixing things. Right, so it's not that. I think that was left over from my previous one. So we'll put this in here and we'll go and find this bug in a minute. In fact, there's a nice little trick I can show you here. This will be good. This will be our second bug closure of the evening. So if we take this bug number and we go to a browser, there is a shorthand service called pad.love. Martin, come on. Get it right. And if I just paste a number in there, it will take me to that bug. So here it is. Fix committed. So Luke has already marked this as fix committed, which means I don't need to do anything, because when this lands, it will automatically get closed. So, oh goodness, don't do that. Okay, let's see how we're doing then. Okay. Monica's offering to help Carly Likes Linux with their website. Thank you, Monica. That's very kind of you. What was Gitkraken? Didn't see it. I didn't load it actually. I'll get to that in a moment. But it's this. It's a UI for Git, which I use mostly for like not this stuff that I do, because I've kind of got a workflow for this that I developed before I got into using Gitkraken. I suppose I should just retrain myself to use Gitkraken for these projects as well. Yes, Luke is wonderful. So, Ferren, thank you for stopping by. See you next time, hopefully. So we'll just do this. We don't need to do this. And I think that sums up in terms of a... Oh, goodness. Martin, what have you done? Martin is an idiot. Let's try that. There we go. So that will be the version that we want to upload. We will stick this in a PPA just because. Although this package takes a bit of a while to build because it has lots and lots and lots of wallpapers inside it. So whilst that's going along, let's go and look at what were we doing? We were patching something. Mate Session Manager, right? Yes. So what we're going to do is just check and see, did that build successfully? Let's see all the details, please. Just for Focal. Looks like that has built for... excellent. Okay, we're going to call that good. Bill, I don't know if you're able to test that on a VM or not. So that package has been built. That package in this case is now the Mate artwork package, so we'll stick that up into the PPA for building. The reason I do this is actually what PPAs were intended for, right? So lots of people think that PPAs are like this mechanism to distributing software, but they've sort of grown beyond their original intention. They were designed so that developers had somewhere to build and test their software as they were working towards the next release of Ubuntu. So this is what I'm using the PPA for. I upload the new packages there, so the QA team can test out the new stuff, let me know if it's all fine, although for some of these they're fairly trivial changes at the moment, so I'm just making sure that they continue to build successfully, and if they build, then I'll upload them into the archive because they're tiny changes. Why does every submit have options with enter? I'm not sure what that means. Monica, is the new website getting close? How exciting. Bill is waiting for it. Yeah, it may not transition. I'll probably upload it anyway, Bill. I'm pretty confident in that one. So, we've got the artwork package uploading at the moment. So whilst that's uploading, let's multitask and go back here. So we were looking at this stuff, which we've got in hand. And then there's no pull requests. And this is a snap. So this will already have been built and put in okay. So I'm being told by YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth viewing or something. I hope it will continue to be fine. I don't know why I'm getting that message. Oh, okay. Thank you for filing the issue. Carly likes Linux. So I don't need to do anything with this one. I can... Wow, look at all the changes though. So Luke has been hard at work improving things in Ubuntu MATE Welcome. Which, if we just bring up the terminal, that should have been landing automatically like... If I look at the information for Ubuntu MATE Welcome, that was last built on the 17th, which was when Luke did his last round of commits. So there it is in the beta channel for testing. Brilliant. So that's great. I will not test that now because I'm on a hoovering up loose ends kick at the moment. So MATE Tweak has 2 pull requests. How exciting. Where are these from? 2nd of February, MATE Tweak Manjaro support. Okay. I asked for changes. This is the code review I need to do here. And... No, I'm not accepting this. They've left the same problem behind. They've just changed all of the paths to be suitable for Manjaro rather than adding a conditional so that it will continue to work in Ubuntu MATE and also work in Manjaro. So I'm not going to deal with that now because I know that needs work. I will let them know another time. And add MATE dependency. What? What's this? If MATE menu. I'll have to look into that. I think that OpenSUSE one is there from a long time ago, but okay. Neither of those are critical to Ubuntu MATE release, so I'll not be doing anything with those right now. Ooh, now here's a good one. So we have a pull request from Larry Bushy from the Going Linux podcast, who's one of our documentation writers for Ubuntu MATE, and he writes 3 books which are available on Amazon about Ubuntu MATE, and he also is one of the main contributors. Well, he started the Ubuntu MATE guide, so he's got all sorts of fixes here. Look, a whole bunch of image changes. Oh golly gosh, this could be fun. Sometimes Larry puts very big pictures in here and I have to go and tune them a little bit. So he's added a new screenshot for the software boutique and the color selection thing, which is what Luke has added to Ubuntu MATE Welcome. So let's just have a look here. Good, glad the stream is okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm pushing it out as fast as I can push out data here. YouTube's telling me it could be a problem. Anyone who's recently joined, please do subscribe. We're trying to get 2,000 subscribers so I can turn on the community tab. And then we can have some discussion going on when I'm not live streaming as well. That's the objective. Yes, the updated welcome. I'll probably do a live stream about just that, maybe tomorrow or something. So we need to just go and knock a few jobs on the head here. So let's go and check the status of this. So MATE Session Manager is built, so I'm going to upload that. MATE artwork is on its way. So we're adding, if you remember, we were working on some patches. So we're adding these patches to Debian for the fix for the starting of the backup stuff. So we will do that. And I'll push that up to Debian. So that's, again, my duty done as a good open source citizen, making sure all my changes go back to my upstreams. So, Carly Likes Linux says, actually, YouTube now tell me it's an excellent connection again, nothing has changed. Also, I'm getting fibre next week or something, so hopefully this will all get a whole lot easier. So Carly Likes Linux says they plan to learn to package deb packages anyway. I assume you would love to help with that. This is me helping with that right now. Trying to at least show some of what's involved in this stuff. My time is limited, so this is a way of trying to get information out there without me having to do another separate thing. So maybe not super helpful, but I'm trying to do the right thing. Right, okay, so that's the session manager done. Let's just go and see how that build is going here for the, what was it, artwork. Let's see if that has built. I mean, it should do. The artwork doesn't have anything in it that should prevent it from building, but that's still whirring. Oh, it's only been going a minute. Okay. So we will close down the session manager stuff. Because that... Oh no, I need to upload that. I need to upload that to Ubuntu, don't I? So Alright, so Bill is actually installing that updated Mate session manager from the PPA into a VM and check if it fixes it. So actually, I will wait to get actual confirmation that that's fixed the problem before we upload, because that'd be good, wouldn't it? So we're going to go and have a look at another package, which is the Ubuntu Mate guide. I shouldn't have any outstanding changes. I don't. So let's... Oh, actually, I need to merge Bill's PR, don't I? So let's go and... Martin forgets how to drive a computer. Let's go and do that. So we will rebase and merge. I want to preserve the 3 commits here. They're 3 distinct changes. So when I go and look at the commit history now, we will see just those commits from Bill, no other cruft. I don't like cruft in commit history. It's a pet peeve of mine. So I can now pull down those changes and I can see all of those files there. So let's just quickly do this for each of them. Because oh, actually here's the changes, the deltas here. Okay, that's a new one. Right, no need to do that. They're all a sensible size. So I think I can just do this. Oh, no, I can't do it from there, can I? If you've never seen the Ubuntu Mate guide, it looks like this. And it's full of everything you needed to know but were afraid to ask about Ubuntu Mate. Pages and pages of everything you needed to know, and Bill has been working hard, and I think Monica has contributed to this as well, to update it for 2004, as you will see in the pictures. Right, good. That renders, so I know that's fine. Let's get a new package out there, shall we? Yeah. So what I'm I always look at the changelog. I'm looking for the version. This package lives in a different place, doesn't it? This package lives in. So the software sometimes, quite often in fact, the Debian packaging for an application lives in a different place from the application itself, which you'd expect, you know, because not everyone's packaging, you know, writing their software to go into Debian, and even if you do have your packaging in your application, it tends to be removed and replaced with the upstream when they pick it up. So we're looking for distro packages. That was the last place I was. That's good. Right. So, Bill says that Mate Session Manager fix is in fact a fix. So that's excellent. So after I've done this, I will go and upload that to the archive too. typo. Right, there was a whole bunch of stuff Larry had in his commit messages, so we'll just paste some of that in there. I'll go and clear it up. Okay. Now I can be rash with this one, so I know. Oh, mind you, fix typographical errors. I think we can just consolidate that into. Okay. So we'll build that source package. Ah, no, first, aha, right. So I know this is a bit weird. So I used Yelp to load this guide up, so I know it all works. So now I need to make an upstream release of this in order that I can release a new deb. So we will take a copy of, there's some extra characters there. We'll take a copy of this. Go to the website for the project and we will do a new release. This was 20.04.1, I think, wasn't it? Yeah. 20.04.1. Publish. So we now have that release, there it is, and that now means there are tarballs. So now I can run uscan again to pull down that tarball and turn it into an original tarball for uploading. That's a relatively big thing to do. So let's have a look. Carly likes Linux. Real-time bug fixing. Yeah, and then that's what we're up to here. We're just, you know, going through the motions of, you know, the updates and fixes that we need to do. It's lovely to have people here that are working on the distro with me. So I think we're all caught up there. Yeah, I'm glad, Bill, I'm glad that you're getting good use out of QuickMU. It's what I've been using for a while, and it's long overdue that I made that a public project. It was designed for precisely what, well, the likes of you do most days, so I hope that's giving you some productivity boost, let's say. So let's build a source package. That all looks good. Let's run Lintian. This is probably going to complain horribly because it looked like there were some new files, but let's see. File contains trailing white space. That quick enough to fix. Oh, let's actually rebuild the package. Right. Good enough. Now, because I know that Yelp worked, we're just going to upload this one directly to the archive. Gosh. So that's on its merry way. And once that's uploaded, we can turn our attention back to Mate Session Manager and get that uploaded to the archive. And then I'll just close down some bits here that I don't need open anymore, because we've kind of dealt with things. We've done the new version of Power Manager. We've done the fix for Mate Session. We've done the new upload of the backgrounds. We're in the process of doing an artwork update. So we'll just get back to everything's finished, and then I'll move on going through some of the other GitHub projects. And if Bill points out any other things that I need to turn my attention to, we'll take a little detour and go and take a look at those and see if we can't fix a couple more issues whilst we're at it. So that is the Mate guide updated and uploaded. So git add the change log, and this one is not, because obviously this is the Ubuntu Mate guide. This is a project specific to Ubuntu Mate, so this doesn't go to Debian. And I have a different set of sort of syntax that I use for this. Like that. Now, Fish has read my mind. It knows exactly what I want to do, which is that. And then I can push that change, and we're good. So Ubuntu Mate guide is done. Let's very quickly go back to the Mate Session Manager. We'd put the appropriate thing in there. So Mate Session Manager, we need to do something in Launchpad now. So now we know this bug is fixed. The fix is committed because I've sent it upstream. We can now come back here, build the source package for that, and deput it not to the PPA but directly to the archive. And just make sure I'd sent that to Debian. So we're golden. That session manager is done. We're finished with that. We're finished with that and the series file. We're finished with Power Manager. I think I've pushed those changes already. Yeah. Yep, that's done. So we can close down Mate Power Manager. The Ubuntu Mate guide we've just done. Ubuntu Mate artwork is the one that's in progress. Which project was this? This was Power Manager. We're done with that. And this is, what was the rules for? The rules was for Power Manager. Oh, that was me just showing off something. So let's go and see if yes, uploading. So our artwork package has built and it's currently uploading to the PPA. So we can consider that good too. That had a bug in it which Luke had already marked appropriately. So we will come back here and This is an Ubuntu MATE project, so into Ubuntu MATE artwork. Drop the PPA suffix, save that, depackage that one. Right, whilst that's just on its way, it takes a little while for that one to catch up. So I'll just have a look in chat. We've just caught up some bits there. Carly says, if you had to write the same file 55 times in different programming languages, would you? Do you mean write the same program in 55? Write the same file 55 times in different programming languages. Write the same bit of code in 55 different languages. Is that what you're asking? Yeah, as John's asking for follow-up on that. So Bill says, I've got one that should be a super quick fix. It's a small typo in minimal bionic. That is probably something I can't fix, but Bill, if you've got a link, send me a link somewhere and I'll take a look. Okay, so let's look here. What have we got? So this is, where were we? We were, let's bring the mouse down. We were here. Let's just try and get this one done. Right, that is built. Let's de-put that package up to the archive. And whilst that's uploading, we'll just save that briefly and we'll just do this. So that's the artwork package. That's all committed and it's uploading to the archive. Maybe it's even finished uploading to the archive. I've just figured it out. YouTube is telling me I have bandwidth issues. It's when I upload the big artwork package to either the PPA or the archive. That's what's That's what's messing my bandwidth up. Right. Mystery solved. So we will now just go to here, and we will need this. We'll do a new release. Technically, I don't need to do this because these this is what's called a native package. So the software that is the artwork package and everything is all bundled alongside the packaging. But I do this because it makes good sense. Okay, that looks good. Release that. So that's the artwork package done. So we can close that window. The Ubuntu MATE welcome, that I'm going to leave open with that. I think it's a separate live stream another day. And MATE tweak, we're not going to do that today. We have done the Ubuntu MATE guide. That work is finished. So now we're looking at Ubuntu MATE settings. There's no pull requests, there's no outstanding issues, there's no new commits there. So I'm going to close that one off, nothing to follow up on there. MATE doc applet. That has 2 pull requests. And Bill also sent me a link. Oh, nicely done, Bill. He's using pad.love. So let's go and grab this and see what this is. Minor fix for desktop minimal auto remove. Oh, okay. We can totally do this. Okay. What is the effect here? Oh, it's a typo. Nice one. Nice one, Bill. You're right. This is nice and easy. So let's say this is in progress and it's assigned to me. So what we have here is this is you might be familiar in last few releases of Ubuntu you can do a minimal install, and this is saying that not everything that should be removed is being removed because there's a typo in the package name. So this is actually a bug in Ubuntu MATE Meta is the package that defines everything that is in the distro. So actually I've attributed that in the wrong place. Let's just do this, assign me, and we'll say it's low, and we'll drop it off Ubuntu MATE itself because it's actually this package that we need to fix. Importance low. So to fix this one, this is really easy. In fact, let's just do this with the 2 window. So let's see if anyone's made any changes. Sometimes the Foundations team fix things. Nope, that's all good. So I'll do it with Nano so we don't get new windows open. We got the desktop minimal remove, and he's saying for his transitions. Sorry about that for everyone. Got that bound to key bindings in the editor, you wally. Oh boy. Okay. Let's see if we can find this. I can't change those settings whilst it's going, I don't think either. Oh, bloody hell, how do I do this? Oh, it's in Bionic. Oh, I see. Ah, right. Okay. Right, the penny's dropped. I can't find it because that package is no longer shipped in here. Okay. Right, Bill, I've just caught up. Yeah, I understand the issue, but it's in Bionic. Well, I can fix that as well, but I don't know that I can do anything about... Let's try. Right then. So Bionic is 1804. So let's pull any changes that might exist down. No, there are none. There it is. So it should be DVD RW-tools like that. Right then. I should still have the parent. No, I don't have the parent attached. Okay, that's... Okay. That's the commit now. So that file that I've updated is what's in... Oh, in fact, actually... That's it. That's actually it. So, I need to update this bug. I don't need to rebuild the meta packages because the that removal file is not used in a meta package. So what we'll do is we'll just leave a little message here, which is this fix will be... What's the current release of 1804? Is it 1804.4 or 1804.5? It's 0.4, right? Yeah. This fix will be applied in Ubuntu MATE 1804 4.5. That's the best I can do there because it only gets picked up when the ISO images are respun. So there aren't going to be, the next point release will be the .5, which will be in, I don't know, 3 or 4 months, something like that. Okay, so that's that one done. One less bug in the world. So let's just maximize this. Where were we? That one again. Right. Implement Unity style window switching behavior. Okay. Aha! Look at this. This is awesome. So somebody added a new feature to the MATE doc applet, which is fixes an issue. And they said it doesn't save the setting, and I said, yes please, if you could add it, that'd be great. And they have sent some commits our way, so let's have a look. What have we got here? So that is going to require a little bit more testing. I'm going to come back to that one. We're looking for the low-hanging fruit at the moment. So let's just see what we got here. Right then. So this is a fix submitted by Victor Carrar, who works for Red Hat, but is an upstream MATE desktop contributor, and I trust completely. So this removes the need to rely on hacks and stuff. After using this, it's a solid improvement. Okay, I can't remember if I patched that or not. So let's go and have a look and see, did I actually add that as a patch already? Wrong place. I did not. So we will merge this and release a new upstream package, and then release a new version of this here. So if I just review this, I can look at the pack. In fact, it's easier to look at the diff, won't it? Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, that's all easy stuff, right? So we'll take that, and what have we got here? We've got precisely one commit. We'll rebase and merge that. And we will go to here. So there is the change we need. Okay, let's see how we're doing here. So yes, we've made that change to the DVD VWs, and right then. Okay, so we've got an upstream tarball release of MATE menu. So now what we'll do is we will put together a new deb and get that uploaded. Oops, let's actually type in the place we're meant to type. This is not where I'm going to do the dev packaging. I was just making sure that that all comes down nicely. There it is. So, I will do that. Because we'll... So there's that completed for me. We'll just stick a PPA suffix on there. Uploading this for Focal. We'll now grab the tarball. You may be wondering, I'm typing the same command there, that uscan command, which goes off and magically pulls down code. The way it knows how to do that is this file, Debian watch. That's got a regular expression in it to tell it how to go and look upstream somewhere to get a new version of the package. So we now have that tarball down, which has got Victor's code merged into it. So you know the drill. We build the source package and then we jam it in the PPA for the QA team to get excited about. And what I'm looking for here is, does it build? This is a relatively small package, so I'll get this kind of prepared and ready to go, because I fully expect it will build. Famous last words, looks for wood. So that should be good to go. We'll just do a lintian check on that new version, make sure there's nothing hideous outstanding in there. Should be fine. Green's good, blue is good. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, good, good, good. Right. So back to GitHub. That is, I'll leave that tab there because it's like, this is, I've got an unusual workflow, I admit, but it's kind of like mental sticky notes and browser tabs to sort of keep me in check with where I am. Okay, Mate Windows applets hasn't had any new stuff, so that one is fine. Moving on, Mate Optimus. Ah, right, so this comes from Mike Gabriel, who I work with in Debian. I've mentioned that. I need to speak to him about this change because I think it's going to break something, so I'm not going to be merging that, but I need to have a chat with him in IRC. I'll do that tomorrow. So I'm not going to do anything with that now because it doesn't actually change anything in Ubuntu. It's a change he wants for Debian, but I think it's going to break Ubuntu if I merge it. So I won't do that just now. Right. Bill, how are we doing? Are you aware of any other, little rough edges? Because we've got a small package building here. I think maybe what we'll do is we'll get Mate menu all done and uploaded. I'll have a quick look in one potential place where there may be a fix that I want, and see how we go. So let's go and have a look at Launchpad again. Just make sure. So it's midnight here, so I'm probably 15 minutes more or so just to wrap up some last bits and pieces. Hopefully that's all we'll need. Mate menu is building. It'll only need to build on one architecture because it's Python, and it has in fact built successfully, so I'm going to call that good. So we will go here, we will build that new source without the suffix, we will put that into the archive. What am I doing? put that into the archive. And then we will change this for Debian to that. And that should be the only change. I made a mistake. Let's just pull that. So I forgot to pull before I made my change, so I'm just pulling in any upstream stuff, of which there was that, and now I can put my new changelog back in, and then commit that one. And that is now in Debian. So that's Mate menu taken care of. Did we finish the artwork package? I think we did, didn't we? Let's just go and check that there's a new 04.2 in Ubuntu source, Ubuntu Mate artwork. I think I clobbered the bandwidth, didn't I, last time I uploaded? Oh, what have I done there? T and U back to front. Yeah, okay, that's uploaded. In fact, it's in proposed, so that is dealt with. Okay. Let's catch up on the chat. I can see some things have come by. So, Monica says you really like the ambient vibe of this music. Yeah, thanks for that. It's not my music. I found a nice library of Creative Commons ambient. It's for like using in YouTube videos or something, but it's all CC by SA stuff. I just thought, there might be periods where I'm typing and thinking, and I tried to talk, but it just fills the dead air a little bit. And there's 30 hours of it. No, 19 hours 55 minutes of it. So, right. Just catching up here, and what is the least known programming now in terms of users that use it? Gosh, I don't know. I know people that use everything. Bill, I think, has sent me another bug to look at. Haha. This is the need to make sure we don't auto remove crypt setup. That is a problem. I think, Bill, we're going to have to release note that one, because I don't think it can be fixed without continuing to seed crypt setup, which of course then means that we'll put people installing Ubuntu Mate 20.04 in the same position that people that have 19.10 installed are in. I'll go and look at the metrics and figure out how many people this is potentially going to fix, but I think this might have to be a release note item. And Art State Digital says they're running Ubuntu Mate. They're running Mate Bionic on an Odroid C2. Wow, I've got one of those in a box behind me somewhere. Crikey, how's it working for you? I seem to remember they were quite good. I didn't know if they were still getting decent support or not. If you're interested in that one, check comment 4. Well, let's go and have a look, because you never know. Maybe somebody has got a comment in comment number 4, which I will learn from and means that I can fix it. Let's have a look. McPhail is a friend of mine, so he raised this, and comment number 4, Steve Langasek, Julian. So Steve Langasek works for Canonical. He's the technical architect for Ubuntu, and Julian Claude is on the Foundations team and is one of the principal developers of apt. It could run an auto mark manual crypt setup in pre-inst. Okay. I understand the words, but I don't know how to do it. But I do know Julian, so I will speak to Julian next week and see if he can give me some advice about what I can do to resolve that. Okay, thanks Bill, that's actually useful. I'll leave that bug open. I'll see if we can do something about it. Thanks for stopping by, John. Right then, where were we? We have Mate HUD. Oh, okay, there's no changes here by the looks of it. So we've done Mate menu, that's taken care of. This needs a bit more review. I'm going to keep that one around. I don't want to get into that now. I reckon that's about half an hour's work, maybe more, and I don't have half an hour right now. This Mate tweak stuff is for Manjaro. It's not a priority. The Mate welcome, I think that's a live stream in itself. Probably let's do that tomorrow. We'll have a look at Ubuntu Mate welcome and get that updated. So, Bill, any last minute 5-minute jobs that you know of? If not, we'll call that a day, I think. So, assuming that is in fact all of it, thank you very much for everyone that stopped by, particularly the members of the Ubuntu Mate team who've helped me through all of that. I think we've got, what, like half a dozen little paper cuts off the desk there this evening. That makes me very happy indeed. I doubt anyone is still watching this after 2 hours of live streaming. But if you are, subscribe, like it, ding the bell, click all, tell your friends, whisper the URL to the YouTube channel into your lover's ear whilst they're trying to get to sleep at night, all of those sorts of things. So thank you all very much. Oh, okay, and apparently an issue with compis. We don't ship compis anymore, though. I'm beginning to care a lot less about compis these days. McPuvels. Okay, I'll open that URL that Bill has just put in the chat. At least I'll try to. This is going to go somewhere random. There we go. That's fine. Oh. Why did they do this? I am looking at a change here where somebody is removing a whole bunch of settings from the upstream compis package. Why would they do that? Why are they doing that? Well, well, goodness, I didn't even see this come round. Okay. Right, well, that's, I'm looking at another screen, but that's something for me to think on. Okay. Well, thanks everyone for stopping by. Enjoy what's left of your weekend if you've got a weekend left, and if not, stay safe next week. So thanks everyone. Thank you for coming, and I'll see you next time, maybe tomorrow. Follow me, Wimpress, on Twitter, and then you'll get alerted as to when these are happening. Or ding that damn bell. That'll also tell you when these are happening. Bye for now.